Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Doing a quick little video of my place. Just to show you a little bit of what I've gotten done and or not done. That's the front corner that I showed you from the road. There's my boy's boat, my shed and my trailer, Zigzag's trailer. Pile of material and stuff out there for different stuff. Barking ass dog out yonder. There's the tree stump from that tree that we fell. You got the video of it. Zigzag's equipment. It's slowly making it out of here. The pond is back yonder. We're gonna walk back there in a minute. Wanted to do this video up before it got too late. Zigzag's done and gone. The brush pile over there I need to burn. He couldn't get the stumps out like I wanted. And there's a little bit of minor stuff over there still has to be done. I will wind up there where one of the kids out here stacked up some roots. As you can see, there'll be a little bit of roots and sticks and stuff that have to be picked up. The ground has to be mowed a few times. Actually, if we could get a good hard rain, it would go a long ways. Oh goodness. This is where those brush piles were that we had burnt. There's like 3 of them across there. As you can see, they got burnt. The remnants buried. Everything floated out. That's that front area beside my house, because there's my house. That's the street back there. Another little pile of sticks that Zigzag had a little kid out here with him. He got bored and started picking up stuff. And that's my power line right there where the light is. That's that power easement. That's that neighbor's house over there. And I'm not gonna go walking all around the property for you. I just ain't gonna do it. You can go back and watch that first video. And I walked down the road, and I walked over there to that neighbor's and walked down the property line over there. So if you want to go back and watch that video, you can. Now then, in here I want to do a little more cleanup. This is that cut area that I did for the deer and stuff. And as soon as I can walk over here, and yes, I'm trying to watch where I'm walking. I ain't worried about what the recorder is recording. All right, you can see my house, and that's the back porch, the office right there. And it's looking at this. Right there on the end of that, I need to clean that up just a little bit, because there's a little bit of debris in there I want out. It's alive and growing, but to me it's debris. Little stuff like this little area right here needs to be cleaned up. I might be right on top of it where you can't see it. But there's a little bit of stuff in here, such as right there, that first bunch of brush and stuff you see, that's the runoff creek. The runoff from this area all up here comes into a runoff creek right there, and the neighbor stuff runs over here. The lady across the street, her stuff runs in here. That all runs in here and runs down through there. If I walked over there, you can see right there where it's down a little bit. Well, I want that stuff in there cleaned up real good, because on the other side of it is another one of them brush piles we burnt. There was one right there and one right there. You can see the black stump. So I want that cleaned up, and this little bit cleaned up. And then as you can see, you can see all the way over there to the other corner of my property. So as deer come in here, I can see them. This little bit in here, I'm going to nitpick, clean it a little bit. If I clean it too much, the deer's not going to like it. This is that little section a while ago I said I might be too close on. So, damn, the mosquitoes are bad tonight. Usually mosquitoes don't bite me. They're going to town tonight. We got 0.2 inches of rain last night. Nothing to brag about. Look at this black dirt. This here would be some good garden dirt right here. This stuff's black. And all over yonder, that stuff's black. Now, he couldn't do a whole lot. That was a whole bunch of pines in there. And I had him leave the better looking pines and take out the crippled stuff. And but look at that black dirt. And there was just too many stumps. He couldn't purdy it up too much himself. So that's a project going to have to be done by hand. This is the backside. There's that. I keep turning around to give you reference. There's the house, the front corner. There's that. Right over here on the other side of this is that cut through where I was standing at. And I hope I don't slip and bust my butt on this clay here. This is clay I'm getting down here by the pond. Now, where I was talking about that water runoff, this is part of it. And don't worry, we get enough rain and all that's gonna pretty itself out. And seeing that's running up through that area where I just said I wanted all that cleaned up. And as you can see, this is why I want some of that cleaned up. So there's a couple more of them piles that we burnt before. And there's where it's cutting in into what I call the deer area. There's that brush pile back there that we talked about burning. We have had less than an inch of rain since he's built this. I didn't show you my spring runoff. I don't know if it's going to show very good in this video. I'll try to remember to show it to you as I head back out. We're once it's filled up, we would be in the water right now. We're heading over here to the island. There's runoff out of that ditch, which this will be my main feed. That spring over there is what's going to keep me water in here all the time, even during droughts. Because when I bought the place, we still had a pond, even though it had been under drought for, they had been under drought down here for like 7 years. All right, back up and look at your other video that I did for you. And you can see that grew a lot on less than an inch of rain. This grew a lot on less than an inch of rain. We're supposed to get a lot of rain this week. And I'm fixing to take off tomorrow. It's gonna bum me out that I won't be here to watch it fill up. But I can hardly wait for those two to connect. But now, don't take a lot of math to look and see. It's gonna take a lot of gallons to fill that side in. Now, it won't take a lot more to make this overflow. But for that to get enough up here to really fill that in, one of my brush piles out there is still smoking. I could smell it. I turned around, I barely see the smoke going up. I don't know if y'all can or not. The middle one there, one farthest away from us. You got this close one on the right, that one there on the left, and that other one up there by the big tree. I can see smoke coming from it. And there's that pile. I don't know if I'll burn that pile or not. I really don't. It's pretty clean back there, other than minor hand cleaning stuff. And I don't know if I want to take all the brush piles out or leave some for the rabbits and whatnot. So, damn, I don't know why these skeeters are so bad tonight. Alright, being careful not to bust my butt. You can see all kinds of clay. I have two kinds of clay on my property. I have a gray clay, which you can see some of it there, which that's what they call a pottery clay. Then I have this red clay, which they call red clay. So I'm going to ease back up this way. This is going to be a relatively short video because I don't want to keep feeding the mosquitoes. I'm out here without a shirt or anything else on, but normally skeeters don't bite me. That don't make a lot of sense to me. Now, I don't know how well you can tell, and I'll slow down and I'll stop here. Can you see how that little bit, there's my springs right up there, and they're not just gushing, but they're bubblers, and then they wash down. Can you see how it's washing that out? I mean, you can follow it all the way down through there. And like I said, there it is. You know, it ain't a big gusher, but it maintains that little stream. Now, grant you, this pond gets full, it's gonna be way up here by this branch. So all that out there ain't even gonna be there no more. Right about in here. Well, probably right about that deep cut right there. Just below that is where the pond water will actually come up to. And I have a brother-in-law that is obsessed with getting me a bridge from this to the island, which I want to do one, but he's really getting obsessed about it. And cool, you want to build me a bridge? Appreciate it. I got some lumber over yonder. He's done found two big old posts cut in half for it. This over here is this other section that I keep talking about. There's the brush pile. I don't know if I'll burn. That's out through the pine thicket. See, and I told him to leave them pine trees. I wanted to have some kind of a shaded area down here where we could stick some picnic tables or whatever. Just a place to get out of the sun or whatnot if you want to come down here and fish or sit in the shade and tease somebody else that's feeding the fish. Oh, it is what it is. There is a short little tour of what we ended up with. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. You know, there's only so much you can do with big equipment, and from there you got to do a fine tuning on it. And that's where we're at. We need to do the fine tuning. So glad to have that tree down. That was very stressful. I'm glad it's down. So if anybody got a whole lot of money, wants to move to southeast Texas, about an hour north of Houston, let me know. I got a place I'd say. Hey, remember, God loves you. So do I. I'm going in now. Y'all have a good night.